Hi, my name is Deanna Britt from Law Clerk on Demand, your number one list provider. I am here with Nasar El Arabi, and we are talking about real estate marketing, my favorite topic. Is it yours too?
Yes.
Right, we can't find any deals without marketing. Right. Okay, so now we're going to go a little bit deeper because I want to talk about lists. Right? Because it's such a complicated topic. We hear about lists all the time, every workshop, right? We hear about the same list. But I really want to zero in with you and talk about your personal experience and some of your favorites, okay? So, have you ever worked a probate list?
Absolutely. I got a probate list from you multiple times.
Okay,
so, yeah.
Cool. So tell me, number one, what has been your experience working probate list and dealing with probate sellers?
More than likely, they shoot straightforward with are they open to selling, are they going to keep the house? So it's a great list to work, and you get that one person who's like, man, yeah, we're looking to sell. Me and my family's going to be out there on Saturday, and if you want to meet us out there to walk through the house, you're more than welcome. So, yeah. And with those, you want to get those, get in front of those people first. With a probate list, you don't want to mention that, I don't mention anything about the deceased.
I completely agree. Yes. Leave it alone.
Because
right.
Some people will call you out if you try to send your regards, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not sincere.
Right.
Sincere.
It's not sincere, so it's like, yo, you know what I mean? That could be highly offensive to somebody.
Absolutely.
So, and with these people, you might have to follow up with them because everybody grieves different. Some people, tragedy happens, they get up, they know they gotta do what they gotta do. Some people, it might take years for them to sink in, and there's no right or wrong answer. Everybody handles life differently, so you have to follow up with these people in reference to, hey, I see that the house is still sitting. If you're, open to selling, hey, I'm just here, wanted to touch base with you. Hope everything's okay. Things like that. But probate is definitely what you would consider a high motivation list because. Normally, if you're an adult, you might have a house over here and your family's over here, and you already, your plate is already full. So now you got this other house, and it's like, okay, I got property taxes, I got to keep the house up. If I don't keep the house up, the neighborhood report me, the HOA will report me, and you have all these things, and depending on the neighborhood, like in Charlotte, and I'm quite sure Atlanta or any other major city the same way, if that vacant house keeps getting broken into, you will get a nuisance letter.
Right.
They will tell you have to board up this house. Court enforcement could write you up for stuff, so because you don't want things like that in the neighborhood. So therefore, these houses eventually going to get sold. Maybe immediately, maybe 5 or 7 years.
Right,
but normally they eventually get sold. The person doesn't move into it.
Right. We've actually gone back and looked at the data over a year. We said many of the houses listed or sold.
Absolutely.
So
they're going to do something.
Checked. Yes.
No, they're going to do something.
Yes.
If you don't buy it, and sometimes they want top dollar, they might have to list the house. So yeah, but that happens. Like they're, in talks of we have to do something with this house. Sometimes, it might take a few years to do something, but eventually they will do something.
Okay. I like it. So, you think probate is a good list to build your pipeline?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So how many times am I hitting a probate list, contacting, touching it?
I mean, until they tell you to stop. Like if I call somebody or text somebody and they say, hey, look, my property's not for sale, do not contact me ever again, I respect their wishes. I just remove it from the list.
Okay.
But if they don't pick up or they don't respond to my text message, I like to keep it in circulation for 12 months.
Okay. So if I go down that list and all 50 numbers tell me no, they hate my guts, they don't want to sell.
Yeah.
What do I do?
All 50 numbers say they hate your guts and they don't want to sell.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, depending on how they tell you, you can follow up. Unless they say, don't call me no more, remove it from the list. If they say that, remove it from the list. Don't call them no more. Right. Don't text them, don't contact them. Okay. And when I'm saying, calling these people, etc., like just be mindful of the state you're in because some states, they have stricter laws than others. So just as a disclosure, and I'm not an attorney or anything like that, so just be mindful of that. But yeah, you sometimes you're gonna get people that you go through 50 names and they don't, and then no one's interested in selling. You have to keep going. You gotta get another list. You gotta follow up with them next month. I like to follow up every 30 days.
I like it. Yes, I think that's appropriate. One thing I like to remind people is that probate is a court process. It's in any state, so this is a court procedure to deal with a deceased person's estate. So with it being a court process, with it being a court case, the time or the length of time to conclude this case is not predictable, right? So you might have one seller or one case that ends in 2 months, and you have another one that takes a couple of years. So you have to be patient. So this isn't like the quick deal that's done in 30 days, right?
Yeah, normally it's not, because in Charlotte, in North Carolina, probate process is 90 days. So during the course of that probate process, what's going on is they're running a ad in the paper and some other publications, and basically creditors have 90 days to step up and say, John Doe owed me money. And that could be medical bills, that could be credit cards, anything, it could be somebody that has 90 days to step up. So if a house is worth $100,000 and creditors saying that you owe $350,000, that dead person owed $350,000, I've seen it where the courts, took over. I don't know that they have to do that, but I've seen it where courts took over and they have to do what's best for the creditors to get them all paid. So, and they might list the house, and then I guess the judge decides on who gets what, the creditor gets what. But that's what that probate process is for, just to clear out that title. And in North Carolina, have 90 days. There's been situations whereas creditors stepped up on the 91st day, and the judge, no, you can't. You had 90 days to do it. 91st day? No. So they can then sell that house and don't have to worry about paying the creditors or anything like that.
Well, I thank you, because you gave me, I didn't have to teach as much probate today. I'm so proud. That's why I sat back. I was like, okay. But this is what we talk about too. A lot of times when I come to RIAs, I really want more investors to be familiar with the probate process. Because when you're talking to a probate seller, they're overwhelmed, maybe it took all of their energy just to file their paperwork.
Yeah.
And then now they don't even know what to do next. And so you are a probate specialist, you've done this, right?
Yeah.
And so you're more seasoned, so you can kind of hold their hand and counsel them and be like, this is what you can expect. Like if someone meets with me and they can tell me, hey, this may take 90 days and this has been my experience, so I'm going to be pretty confident about working with you, because I'm going to say, we've done this before.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
Yeah. No, you get that. You get some people that just don't want to talk, but like you said, a lot of people are overwhelmed. Yeah. There's been times where I had to pay the probate cost.
Right.
For the homeowner, because they literally didn't have any money to do that. And they want to sell the house, but in order to sell the house, they got to go through this process. So yeah, you hold their hands and get them through that process sometimes. And and then after the 90 days, depending on, and this is state specific. So I'm talking North Carolina when I say 90 days. It's a state, probate is state specific. So, sometimes they're able to sell that house before 90 days, depending if the attorney is comfortable with it. When I say attorney, in North Carolina, we use attorneys to close deals. If the will reads a certain way or whatever, the attorney is comfortable with it, and you might can close before that 90 days, and you have to go by your attorney's opinion. And what happens is the seller, they have to hold that money in the account, in the state account or something. They start in the state account, they hold that money in the account, and they are responsible if somebody steps up and say, hey, this person owes me something, So yeah, but you have that all types of situations, and each situation is different. Let's keep that in mind. Each situation is different, and once I get a signed contract and it's in probate, I give it to my attorney and then wait on him to give me direction on which way we're going to go.
Right. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. You know, the court process is going to be different in every state. You know, we're here in Georgia. He's in North Carolina, so he's explaining his process. And I think it's important for all investors, no matter what state you're in when you're watching this, to get to know just general information for your state. And I think that brings your credibility up, and sellers are now feeling more comfortable. They're working with someone who's seasoned, or just being solution oriented. Maybe you need to call up the courthouse and figure out, you know, what's going on with their file, because it's public information. You know, sometimes people don't know that they were supposed to mail a letter back or whatever it is that they were supposed to do. So just doing anything to stand out as an investor, as a real estate agent, I think is how you win with probate. But yeah, probate is literally one of my favorite lists. It comes with an accurate phone number in most cases, accurate addresses, so we're seeing less return mail, right? So even though it's a smaller list, because I know you've had lists of thousands, and then if you're working probate, it reduces, but the accuracy goes up.
There we go. That is correct. Yeah. The accuracy, and you got a higher chance of somebody being motivated to want to sell a house. Like I know this couple in Charlotte. They rehab houses, but all they do is go to probate. They have a system set up, whereas the wife looks at the probate files and contacts the person, and all they do is rehab houses. And that keeps them busy enough, whereas not only they can make 6 figures, they can take off they go on vacation for November and December.
Okay.
They just take off for 2 months of the year. So probate is a great avenue to get deals. Okay. So you want to go to the place, the pond. Yeah, the pond might be smaller, but that pond might have more fish.
Like that.
So you want to go where you have less resistance, and probate is just one of those avenues. We know everyone goes to absentee owners, but probate has So I would and the reality of it, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about this. Literally, people die every day. Literally, regardless of what it's like. Once we're born, we're literally getting closer to death every minute. So people die. That's a part of being here on earth. So therefore, some of the people have houses, and those houses are literally a burden to the person that could be inherited, right, or the spouse that's getting accepted. That house can literally be a burden.
Absolutely.
And you are relieving them for when you're get them to the closing table, because they don't have to worry about that no more. So
right. And they're walking away with cash.
And they walk away with cash,
Yeah.
So regardless of what, we're in the world, whereas you need money to survive. It is what it is. You need money to survive. So
excellent. So probate presents an opportunity every single month. Every single month. I know my company goes and we are doing legal research in the probate courts, finding houses for an investor, right? So, and it's not the same people. Like, you can come back next month and talk to a new group of people and get new phone numbers. So it's just endless inventory, endless opportunities. So that's one of the reasons why I love probate.
Yeah.
So cool. Hi, this is Deanna Britt from Law Clerk On Demand. Thank you so much for checking out my video today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below a video topic that you might be interested in. Also, if you are involved in real estate, don't forget to visit our website, lawclerkondemand.com, and grab a specialty real estate lead list and find your next deal.